Good morning to everyone and welcome to another update on the market. For today, I decided to cover British pound versus US dollar. I will speak about the gold market, crude oil and Bitcoin versus US dollar. I will start with the British pound versus US dollar first. So to update you basically relative to my previous update on the pound, and I alerted you there is a potential for the second down leg. We had this lower low already. The price was around this stage, 1.2194. And I said there is a potential chance for retest of at least recent swing highs around 1.2127 or lows at 1.2065. We can see that market basically did a nice downside move since then, and at this stage, from my perspective, structurally speaking, it's very likely that this can be even further downside movement. So even if we watch like this, there is from my perspective still potential for the test of this 1.2010 or 1.2 mark. So market made a rally and it's more like a mini bear flag. Probably you can see on the RLA like that, like a mini bear flag. And there was this downside continuation movement. There is a small potential divergence, but again, there is no a single clue that we have any confirmation of that. So from my perspective, downside is still preferable. So watch for selling opportunities in the rallies, and overall, this structure is progressing nice since our last update, and potentially there is at least retest of 1.2010 mark on the British pound versus US dollar. If we speak about the gold market, we basically noticed that we have important consolidation, and market when it tested the top of this balance at around 1,800 mark and then sold off this morning, right? So the whole morning the sellers are in control, and you know, if the gold can clear 1784, then we can open the door for eventual retest of 1765. And maybe even for the area around 1755. So we also have some trend line here. If you like the trend line work, you can place like a trend line like this, and we can see basically that market failed to do anything on, to sustain this upper trend, this lower trend line, and to reject. So yeah, downside opportunities in case of the downside break of this balance can be very interesting, and potential test of 1765, 1755. Speaking about the crude oil market, there is one very important pivot where the crude oil, where we saw this rejection. So we have this pivot here. So market actually failed to do the full retest of 96.40 and then went into this downside movement. We can see at this stage, if we check even multi-time frame analysis, market already having the new, has new momentum and trading below the previous day low. Seems like basically the 6 hour, even the daily, we have some kind of the bear flag. So sellers are in control, and potentially the market can revisit 88 mark or even 87 mark. So watch for that selling opportunities on the intraday rallies. And if we speak about the Bitcoin, we have this kind of wedging formation. Market is like wedging 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there was a clean downside movement this morning. Market basically retested the key pivot around 25,100 mark and then rejected aggressively all the way for the previous day low. So we have already outside day. So the weekly time frame looks like we're building some kind of bear flag with a key pivot resistance at 25 mark, 25, let's say even 25,300 mark. And eventually, after some rally, if there is some rally and further bear flag on lower frames, it can be a potential for further down, even towards the 23,600 mark. So the bigger confirmation will be if we really clear this daily wedge and eventually clear this low here at 23,600. So, but this stronger reaction from the sellers this morning is also a very good clue. That will be all for this update. I hope that you did enjoy, guys. Trade safe as always, and speak to you tomorrow morning.